This is News You Can Use.
We're reading every day, it seems like, the news, and the news is telling us in housing that interest rates have now gotten to a new, and I mean new, all-time record, even though they were at an all-time record a month ago and 2 months ago, but they are at an all-time record low, which is good news for housing, and one of the reasons why demand is continuing to climb in our industry. A good news story. Let's talk about interest rates, though, because it's not a one-size-fits-all type of idea. So the media tells us they're at historic lows. They are. But there's a thing called LLPAs. It's not with Supreme. A loan level price adjustment, LLPA, is a part of the way the industry prices risk back to the profile of a customer and a transaction. Let me say that again, a customer and a transaction. So your credit score, that affects your interest rate, your loan to value, how much money you put down, the property type affects your interest rate, your loan amount could affect your interest rate, and your occupancy status, whether it's a primary home or whether it's an investor home, that can affect your interest rates. Let's give you an example. Meet the Smith family. They're buying a $300,000 home. They're doing a 30-year fixed rate conventional mortgage. They're putting down 25%, good down payment. It's a single family detached. They've got a 780 credit score, really good. So they get to break the 3 barrier on rates. They get 2.99. They only have 25 basis points as an LLPA. So this is a scenario. Next door to them, meet the Jones family. They buy a house just like the Smith, $300,000. They only put down 5%, not 25%. Single family still. Their credit score isn't 780, it's 660. And as a result, they don't break the 3 barrier, 2.9 on interest rate. They pay 4.125%. And mostly it's because of the down payment and it's because of the credit score being lower than the Smith family. So what are we going to do about that? The Jones family, well, if they would go to our program, start with Supreme, send your customer to Supreme. If they did, we would have put them through Credit Essentials. And guess what? They didn't put any more money down. Still single family, same type of profile. That is the transaction. But they don't have a 660 credit score anymore. They have a 700. And guess what happened? They're a 4.125 rate, 4.125. It just went down to 3.25. They're almost at those historic lows at 3.25. Still a little bit higher than their neighbor, but pretty darn close. And that saved that family $150 a month. Start with Supreme. Okay, when you do, your customers can go into our Credit Essentials program, and we have 461 customers that have done so far since we introduced the program 2.5 months ago. They started, the average customer was 611 as a credit score. They finished with 665. That's right, a 54% point increase. That saves on a $300,000 transaction about $200 a month in payment. You want to build a raving fan as a customer, start with Supreme, send your customers to us, we'll get them in Credit Essential, and then they'll get that historic low. By the way, Credit Essentials is hosted by Lisa Myers, better known as the Credit Whisperer, and that program runs on Saturdays. And she was on vacation last week, so it wasn't on Wednesdays, but it's also on Wednesday evening and Saturdays. Talk to your loan officer in your account and start with Supreme.